Hey guys, welcome to 2021, our first video of the new year.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about a new install that we did, which was the RVLocks.
Yes.
Which, she did it all by herself. It had nothing to do with me. I'm really not good with, that type of stuff, so I don't do it. No, just kidding.
Just kidding. No, I would never have made it through what he went through with these.
Well, the problems were with the baggage door locks. The entry door was pretty easy. So we did the entry door, and that's pretty much a straightforward install. Basically, you're just taking off the old lock and putting in the new one from RVLocks, and it just works. The only issue that I found was if I had the bolt extended, the deadbolt extended, whenever I tried to put it into the frame of the door, it was not fitting very well. So if you run into an issue where you can't fit it into the spot where the old lock was, just make sure you have the deadbolt open or unlocked, and it should go in pretty easy. But other than that, fit it in there. You just got to make sure that you don't get your cables snagged up, and make sure they fit in there properly. And then there's 4 screws to hold it onto the door and secure it to the door, and then there's 2 more screws where the strike plate or the face plate goes, and then that's pretty much it. And it was very simple, very straightforward, and nothing to it. So now we have
That's just for the entryway door.
That was just for the entryway door. So the entryway door is completely keyless now. We do have a key for it, but it's nice that we don't have to carry keys around with us, or if we forget keys or whatever, we can still get in and out of the RV without a problem. All we have to have is our key code. We do have key fobs that go along with the doors as well, which we have used a couple times, but we mostly just punch in the key code.
Yeah.
So it's been great. We enjoy it, and we're glad we have it.
Yes, and just to back up a little bit, we spent a month in Bradenton. My dad was sick, and it was both of us and our daughter Michaela, and there were times we had to come back to the RV, or we sent one person back to the RV when we were all the way in town where my parents live, and all of a sudden we're like, somebody didn't have a key, so we're stuck. And that's when we made the decision, and that happened twice. So that's when we made the decision that we have to do something about this, and RVLock to the rescue.
And luckily we got it on a Black Friday sale, so we saved hundreds of dollars in doing so, because we ordered 3 of the locks, 1 for the entryway and 2 for the baggage doors. So that, and the programming of it is very simple. The directions are straightforward on how to program it. Okay guys, so to program these and enter in your own code, and this is going to be the same process for all the locks, including the baggage door locks. You press and hold the 8 and the lock key, and you'll hear this long beep. Enter in your default code. Right now our default code is set to 3456. Press lock again. We're going to do a new code, 8765, lock. One more time, 8765, lock. And then that long beep indicates that the code was taken. So if we lock the door, you can do that by just pressing and holding the lock for a few seconds, and then it automatically locks. Now to unlock it, we're going to do our new code that we just entered, which is 8765, and then unlock. And there you go. You can put in any key code you want, and I think whatever key code you want. We did a 4-digit number because we have a 4-digit number that we use.
Everybody has a 4-digit PIN.
Yeah, so
nowadays.
that made it easy, and we use that, and all of us know that code, and we can get in and out, no problem with that. The other locks that we installed were the baggage door locks. Now those were a little bit more difficult to install. Getting the old locks off was not challenging, but it does take a little bit more finesse to get those off. The reason being is because they have the old locks riveted in, so it's not like a simple Phillips head screwdriver. You just take it out and then you're good to go. No, it's partly riveted in and then partly held in with screws. So you have to drill out the rivets, unless you have another way to remove the rivets. That's what I did. Is I took a drill bit and just drilled into the rivets and popped them off, and then you just take there's 4 screws holding the lock in after you take the rivets out, and then you can easily pull it out at that point. But it does take a little bit of drilling to get those out, so it wasn't necessarily something I was anticipating, but it was easy. It wasn't that hard to do, really, truly.
Wow.
That part.
But listen, I feel like we go into these projects. I say we. Y'all will notice throughout our videos, I like to include myself in his projects. It's we, not him.
Yep.
Anyway, every time he does a project, it seems like we have all of our education and research, and that we've done all of our due diligence, that we're going to make this a smooth process, right? No, never works that way. If you check out one of our videos on installing the entryway window with the shade, same thing. And this one didn't work out the same way as what we researched. So
No.
Our setup was a little bit different. So you may run into that. Just a disclosure.
Yeah. I mean, if you order the entryway and also baggage door locks, and you run into the same issues we did, you'll get through the entry door install and be like, this is going to be a breeze, until you get to the baggage door locks. Now, it may be that for who you guys' baggage doors, depending on the model and the RV that you have, it might just pop right in without a problem. For our Grand Design Reflection 315 RLTS, it wasn't an easy pop in.
No.
Okay, so we got the lock out. I still need to drill these rivets out. So let's see if I drilled them out a little bit, but I still need to do a little bit more to get them out. I think I want to switch over to a little bit larger bit. I think that was just a tiny bit too small. So we're switching over to a 1/8 inch bit, see if that makes it a little bit better for us. Okay, now that we've got the old lock removed, let's see if we can get this new one working. It was pretty good. Now, one thing that I've seen other people do is take the screws from the old install, from the old handle, and use them in place of the rivets. So I think I'm going to try that, because this does have the holes up here that look like they match up with those old rivets. So I'm going to see if I can secure it that way, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, that seemed to work pretty good. Make sure we didn't go through the other side. We didn't? Good. Okay, so now that we've got the 4 screws in the rivet holes, it looks like they actually do give you screws that would fit in here. But I just reused the screws from the old lock and they seem to work just fine. I like that these are flat on the inside of the screw. The ones that they include are the beveled ones, and I think these look a little bit better and work a little bit better, so I'm just going to use those. So now that we've got that on, we are going to connect the battery portion up to the lock, and it should just be a plug and play. So that beep lets me know that it's installed or that it's on and working. Okay. Fun part will be matching up the holes. So we got the lock installed. Looks like it's a little bit loose, so I'm probably gonna have to use that other latch or the other plate to replace this one with. So let's see if we can install the new plate that this comes with, and then hopefully that'll take care of this. Looks like it had a little bit of adhesion tape on it.
There's quite a bit of jerry-rig.
Yes, there is. But it's, like I said, you can't tell it. It looks great,
yes.
And it works fantastic. But there are some things that we had to do, and those are a couple of things that I had to go through. I even, and just to show you that these rigs are not all equal on all sides of them. The other side I had to do a little bit more to, because I shaved down the back of the plate where the latch would catch into, but I still couldn't get it to go far enough back. So I had to shave a little bit of the metal for the where the strike plate sets into the back portion of that, so I could slide the back that plate back a little bit further to get it to close properly. But after I got through all that, they close fine now, and they work great. And
everything works.
It does. It works great. We have the key fobs work fantastic, because we ordered the locks all together, so they all came keyed with the same key. They all are, you can program them with key fob so that you can have, multiples working with one key fob, and that's the way we currently have it. We have the entry door with one of the buttons. It will lock that and unlock it, and then the entry or the baggage doors, the other lock will lock both of the baggage doors at the same time when you press those, and unlock it at the same time. Yes, it's very fancy. So we are completely keyless with the RV now, and that includes the baggage door that's on the bedroom slide, because we couldn't put a RV lock there, one of those electric ones, but what we ended up doing was putting a combination lock there, and all it is, it's called a combi cam, and it's like a cam lock, but it's a combination lock instead of a key lock. And that's just it comes as a 3 code that you can put in, and it's programmable or not programmable, but you can set it to whatever you want it to. So that worked out great, and so now the RV is completely keyless. Yeah.
The only thing I will say though about that, what lock can be?
It's called the combi cam lock.
Combi cam lock.
Yeah.
That. The only thing I will say is it's really hard to see in the evening time at night, when it's dark out. It's really hard to see the numbers on it. That is one flaw of that lock. But we've tried all kinds of different things. I don't know how we can.
We both wear glasses, even though you don't see me wearing glasses. You know, she's wearing them all the time.
Mine all the time. I'm
and
really blind.
Even if, you know, I had my glasses, I don't know, it's probably the same issue because it's, I don't know, just the way it is. It just is hard to see, especially at night. It's
like it's that shiny silver, but not just on the outside, but even in the indent of the numbers. So anyway,
it's very weird. It's like a light that's blue, like a numbered light that is blue for me for whatever reason. If I'm further away than like 5 feet from it, I can't read what that number is at all.
Like a fluorescent blue.
Yeah, it's weird.
On the digital clocks, he has trouble with those, and so does Kayla. But I don't know if there's a solution to it. We just kind of both try to look at it.
Just kind of guess. That looks like the number to me. Yeah, just keep going. Didn't work. But anyway, we can get into all of our baggage doors without having to have a key, which is fantastic. Yeah. That's worked out great, and I'm so glad that we did it. Even though it was a challenge to get the locks installed, I would do it again just because of the convenience of it.
Well, and I was also concerned because I was like, well, what if the batteries die, and then what? Where are we going to have a key? So
yeah, we haven't had these locks long enough to really tell you how long the batteries will last. But it sounds like some of the YouTubers that we watched that did these installs, they did like updates on the RVLock, and they said it can last up to a year without having to replace batteries. And the batteries are standard, so I think they're AA's or something like that. So it's easy to replace them and find them, and they last a long time, so it works out great.
Now, my question, and I don't know, maybe some of you out there, or maybe I'm just asking that stupid question. There's no stupid questions in RVing, okay? When the battery goes dead, do you have to reprogram them, or do they hold that program?
It's a good question, and I don't know the answer to that.
Ding, ding, ding.
It probably does require reprogramming if I had to guess, unless they have like another smaller battery inside there that holds onto
you think you've researched and educated yourself on everything, but there's always something. Y'all know out there, there's always something.
There's always something.
We're always learning.
If that is the case, then it's easy to reset, and we can easily do it again, so I'm not that worried about it. So
all right,
so that's our install. You can do it. If you have a little bit of know-how and a little bit of some tools, a few things that you can work with. You may have to cut some metal in your RV.
Listen, if you have a few tools,
but you can do it. You can get it done, and you'll be much happier having these locks. Everybody that we've seen that has these locks, they love them.
Yes, and I get it now. Yeah.
I mean, we're still at home right now. We still have a sticks and bricks, and I'm in and out of this RV almost on a daily basis, and I can't tell you how many times I have come out here without keys and then had to go back into the house to get the keys.
Prior to RVLock.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you also, so this brings me back to one of our other setup issues with keys. So we always, when we're traveling, make sure that we have his keys and my keys, our two separate sets. And then we do that because when he's leaving the truck running for the dogs, while we're trying to take care of things around the rig and around miles until we're ready to bring the dogs in, then before RVLock, we're hunting my keys, trying to figure out where my keys at so that one of us can open up the bays and open up the door and get things going and moving, and so that we can bring the dogs in eventually. And again, then you're two sets of keys. So this has eliminated all of that. It's been fantastic.
Yep. If there was a downside to these locks at all, and it's very minor and very nitpicky, I would say it would be nice if they had some kind of a sensor on them that when you walked up to them in the dark, that they would kind of light up.
Yeah.
So you have to walk up to it, and then you can't see the keypad at all, so you have to press something.
I just
to
press
make it
any
light up.
button.
Yeah, so that's what we do is we just try to find a button to press, and it lights it up, and then
I almost
you
feel
can
like
put in
if
your
I
key.
had Braille or something, because sometimes I like purposefully will try to look for the unlock or lock part of it, but if,
Yeah.
they're still kind of new, so I just feel my way around. I'm like, okay, that's a button there.
I know there's some trade-offs to that because it would eat into your battery life, but if there was a way to get a sensor on there where it would recognize, oh hey, there's somebody coming
Even
up,
like a
with
solar
their light
sensor
up.
or something.
Anything,
Be
yeah.
cool.
So that's the only thing that I can think of that's
So
a
minor.
downside. I mean, it's very minor and not even almost not worth mentioning, but it's just something that you'll run into as you're trying to get into your RV if you don't have your outside lights on.
Yes.
You'll notice it won't light up until you press something on the keypad, but very minor. We
Yeah.
love it. We're excited to have it. Thank you, RVLocks.
Thank you, husband.
You're welcome.
So, if you found our RVLock video helpful, please do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, thumbs up, and share it with somebody or another RVer that you know that might be helpful. And until next time, hitch, roll, relax.